Yes.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to Bodies and Beyond. This week we are discussing contraceptives. I had released a teaser on this one and said we will be talking about this. So here we are. So we are going to be talking about everything about the pill. And I actually also think that's a myth that you're going to debunk somewhere in that episode. Because when we say contraceptives, everyone thinks the pill, but then there is
Yeah.
a lot more to it.
Anyway,
Anyway, so yes, Lionel, you can go ahead.
starting us off, we had a fun thing going. Mwen has, I don't know how we're going to do this, whether I drop one question and then you do another question. How do you want to do this?
No, everyone is supposed to have 5 questions.
I do have mine.
So from the 5 questions, I'm going to ask you, you're supposed to answer 3 questions from the 5, but then you're going to choose the numbers you want to answer. So you can say, I will answer question 1, 3, and 5, 1, 2, and 3. You're the one who's going to decide. And then me, I'm going to ask you those questions, the ones you've chosen. And then I'm going to also choose a number and you'll ask me the questions that I have chosen. Are you ready?
I hope enough. Me, I'll play that. Yeah. If the one you choose is not very sensationalized, I'm picking another one. Hey, you're not seeing them anyway. Okay, I'm ready. Let me get ready.
My questions are not even that bad. They're like totally good questions.
Yeah, I didn't come to play. Well, come up, you're playing fair. I didn't come to play. Hey.
Okay, so start with you. Which numbers do you want
2,
to answer?
2, 4, and 1.
2, 4, and 1. So let's start with 1. Which celebrity do you think would be the worst person to share a bathroom with?
Oh, that is a very tough question. Let me see. Like in global, I'm a Kenyan.
Anywhere, could be global, could be Kenya.
Globally, I don't know why Ice Spice. Sorry, Phil. Ice Spice.
Why Ice Spice? Why Ice Spice?
I don't know. I feel like her target. Okay, the 2 people that are coming to mind. One, I'm a hater of some going to say, but with Ice Spice, I just feel like people would want to be mobbing the loose to maybe say hi or something, and then I would be side eyeing because I kind of what like all of us celebrities. I'm just like, so I'd be side eyeing. So maybe that I'm giving you the nice version. I don't want to be the person me and you are when we are having our convos. So I'm trying to be nice.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say Post Malone because I don't think the hygiene is all the way there. But anyway, sorry.
Oh my God. It's getting worse. It's getting. The more you talk, the more you just. Anyway, let's go to question 2. If you had to delete one everyday activity from existence, like brushing your teeth, showering, cooking, what would it be?
Why is interacting with certain people not on that list? Because if
I mean, you can include it. I just gave a few examples of the whole thing.
Yeah, if there are people I could move through my existence without acknowledging them, that would make me happy. I think that is the one thing I would.
Oh my God, you're going all in.
Yeah, there's a particular cosmate. If I would just delete any form of interaction with them, the world would be a better place. I think that is the one daily task I have to conduct that I would get rid of.
This is so fun. You said 1, 2, and 4.
Yes.
Okay. Then 4 is, would you rather sneeze glitter or hiccup confetti for the rest of your life?
Ooh, that is a tough question. Would you rather sneeze glitter or hiccup? I think hiccup confetti.
No, that is so much worse. Do you know how huge confettis are? You'd rather sneeze glitter.
Do you know why? I don't know why. I don't like anything in my nose. I don't like anything in my nose. I don't. That is how I knew I can never be a coke boy. Beyond anything going up my nose, I don't like it. I would rather
Honestly,
be
I
belting
would rather sneeze glitter. Can you imagine every time you pick up, confetti comes out? It's like so huge.
I think I would be unhinged about it. I would be in public.
This is killing me. I swear to God.
I would be very unhinged. I was at the most inappropriate places. I'd be like, "Look," just so that
Yeah,
people are
I
not.
get the point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to my quick fire.
Yes, you're quick fire. But on me, when compare where you came to play, me, I don't play. Eish, this is this serious business. Now, pick your numbers, and remember, if it doesn't please me, I will switch things around. I don't play nice. I don't play. I play
This is
dirty.
not fair. This is honestly not fair. Okay, so I'm choosing 2, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm. 2, 4, and
4,
5.
5.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay. Let me just be fair for this one time. The next time, audience, the next time I play dirty, this one time, let me be fair. So 2. Since we're on the topic of contraception, right? If male contraception was harmful to men, would you care?
No. I'm so sorry.
I think that is the right answer, but for the sake of the audience, I'm like, Winnie, how dare you say
I might get cancelled for this,
that?
but then
Yeah,
I feel like I honestly wouldn't.
yeah.
I wouldn't honestly, because I feel like even if it
I
was
mean, I thought
harmful,
it shouldn't be your business anyway. It,
but
I mean,
I still feel like if it was harmful to them, it will
yeah,
be less harmful compared to just how compared to just
the side
how
effect, yeah.
harmful side effects are in women. So I'll be like, you have it bad, but I have it worse. So I feel like I wouldn't
Was.
really care a lot. I'm so
I
sorry.
mean, game the game. Um, number 4. Number 4 was it's a statement. I want you to tell me if you agree or disagree. Number 4 is a lot of opinions would be better unsaid.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, a
I
lot.
agree. I
I mean,
actually strongly
some of
agree.
you, yeah, I don't know, you pat your lips out here and you're like,
Yeah, I feel like when you ask a question, my mind went straight to like the negative things we see or think of
yeah,
people.
yeah,
So I feel
yeah.
like most of those would just be okay, left unsaid. You don't have to say it. So yeah, I agree.
And then I feel like social media, even podcasting, has given like a lot of space for people to have opinions.
Mm,
Social media is one big canvas of people's opinions. You go and I remember yesterday I was pissed. I'm going to rant today. Yesterday I was on Twitter, and then and then Ariasta just dropped the video for Body, and then this guy from the US, this chick from the US is like, "Oh, I don't know what her team is doing because why are you dropping Hot Body right now and the summer is over?" I'm like, "Bitch, like Africa does not have summer. We are summer all year round. Why are we speaking like only America should matter when it comes to music videos? We also want nice things. Aish."
yeah.
I was very, very livid. I'm like, it's a small thing, but I was livid. Anyway, the 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
What are points? You know how they say the bar was low? What are points where you could have taken the bar lower?
Oh. A point I could have taken the bar lower.
Yes. If you paid for his lunch,
Ugh.
maybe you could have, maybe ungebook Airbnb.
Honestly, me, I feel like I've done worse. Ni
You,
vile tu I can't just confess.
you like the low, you've umechimba.
There's just points I just think of things I did and I'm like, ooh, the bar was not even there.
You're like, I'm
It
grateful
was just so bad.
I passed through that girl so I don't have to be high anymore.
Yes, so I'm honestly working on this, but I feel like um uh liking someone a lot
Yeah.
would I could take the bar like really, really low.
Even the bar would be surprised, like, I can go this low.
The bar would be shocked.
The bar would be shocked. The bar would be like, we're in hell and I'm still going. Hi, hi,
Yo,
low.
yo. So thinking of instances, especially when I was like a bit younger, I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes atakukuwa na hiyo bar. Bar was not there.
You're just working with hakukuwa na bar.
First, I'm going to set a context of why we're talking about this contraceptive, or the topic of contraceptives. Sorry. So a while ago, I was reading the Standard newspaper and they had this article about different statistics. It was done by Africa Population and Health Research Center. So they had
Yeah.
done more or less a survey about contraceptives, the number of women who use it, who don't, what are the reasons why they do not use contraceptives. Not women, let me just say the number of people who use
People who
contraceptives.
use. Yes.
And
Yeah.
yes, because saying women, we allude to the fact that it's only women who should use contraceptives, which is also a
Contraception.
myth that we're going to debunk on this episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm.
So they say that 35% of emergency pills resulted into people conceiving. I think you can also talk about that when you're describing the different types. So you take an
Mm.
emergency pill, at the end of the day, you just conceive. Okay, you end up
Yeah.
conceiving. I think you can talk about
Yeah.
that, probably like the timing or maybe the type or whatever. And they also
Yeah.
said 31% of people use injectable contraceptives. I think Leonel is going to talk about the different types of contraceptives and what it means and what it means to you and to your body. Also, they
Yeah.
recorded that in 2023 there was 1.4 million number of unintended pregnancies, and this is in young people. I want to believe less than 18 years old.
Mm.
Um, 1.3 is a lot, though. It's like a lot. Unintended,
That is a
that's
lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so among the women who are not using contraceptives, 42% they said they did not use it for the fear of side effects. I think this is a common, I don't want to call it a myth, but it's a common factor as to why people do
It's a
not
thing. I
use
don't think it's a
contraceptives.
myth because they're feeling it. So it's usually a myth.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, a myth. And also a common factor. Also did a survey on my social media channels and also social media channels for Bodies and Beyond. And it was the same thing. I think fear of side effects got about 63%. Everyone was just saying, I do not use it because of fear of side effects. But that was also other factors, including they lack enough information about contraceptives, and that is totally understandable. Every single day, there's a new injectable coming out or a hormonal
Mm.
contraceptive or whatever, and people don't really know what it means. First of all, there's not even enough available information for you to make a
Mm.
decision or a choice on what you want to put in your body. And also, people voted for myth and misconception. I think it's also a factor, it's common. If you go on Twitter alone, you will just see just how many people are writing about contraceptives. And some of this information is just misinformation because it's not informed. It's not coming from an informed point, if I can put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had about two-thirds of the people interviewed. They said they did not use contraceptives because they wanted to get pregnant or they were opposed to family planning. I think we can also included that in my survey, cultural or religious purposes. That got about, I think, 20%. I don't remember correctly,
Yeah.
but it was around that. There's also like a huge campaign by religious leaders and culture that, oh, contraceptives, family planning is not good for you. So we can also debunk that as we talk about this episode. And
Mm.
also 17% are open to using contraceptives, but they're also open to discuss it with their partners, and they were open to use contraceptives, or they were waiting for their bodies to recover. I think this, we can probably say it's because of maybe if you've had a child and
Mm.
you don't want to like go on contraceptives right away. So
No, but
including that is
ideally,
included in the
ideally,
17%. Mm-hmm.
yeah. But ideally, like when after birth, usually like a week or 2 weeks after usually the women are told to come back for contraception because
Mm,
there's a risk of you getting pregnant within after 6 months. And so for some women, it's even less than that. It's like 3 months. So to
mm.
eliminate that further risk of you getting pregnant again just after delivering, contraceptions are usually given. Like that is one of the aftercares that are given to like post birth. So
Yeah. So I was saying the 17% said that
mm,
the people who were interviewed, they said they were open to using contraceptives. They were open to discuss it with their partners. They were also open to use it after recovering from pregnancy losses or having a kid. So that is included in
mm,
the 17%. So it could have
okay.
been 5%, 2%, 1%, depends, but that all of it was included in that. And also the article went ahead to say that seeking contraception was largely blamed for some of the abortion cases. I don't think many people see contraceptives, and even if you do, especially for young people, because I believe we haven't gotten to the point where we have youth-friendly services. It's
Mm-hmm.
highly stigmatized. You go to a clinic or a healthcare facility and you want to
Yeah.
seek family planning services, and everyone is looking at you like, aren't you too young to be doing this, or
Or it's
something of the sort.
linked to you've been sleeping around.
Yeah. And it's like I'm just trying to protect myself or my partner,
Yeah,
or I'm just trying to have a choice in my body. Maybe I don't want to get pregnant right now. Maybe I don't want to,
yeah,
it's just so many reasons. Everyone has a reason and a choice as to why they choose to do something. So that was
mm,
largely attributed to not to the lack of youth friendly. Okay, just let's just use friendly services, because even for people
yeah.
not youth, there's just around a lot of things going around. As you say, there's cultural beliefs, myth, religious, whatever. Yeah, so someone might feel discouraged not to go for the services because of one of those factors.
Yeah, and it's like, there's that saying that says, a lie will travel across the globe before the truth can tie its shoes. And it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, like we give bad things so much, so good PR. If someone came right now and said when he was this, like, people would believe this. If it's something negative, if I said when he was a superstar, people would be like, but if someone said, hey, when he sleeps around, people would be more likely to believe that before they
to
believe this
believe
other
it. Yeah.
thing. Yeah, so I think we have biases that also contribute to this thing. So before, even with contraception, that those biases that you'd rather believe something is bad than believe maybe it has
Mm,
benefits. Yeah, and it's like most of the
yeah.
people who peddle those beliefs don't use those sort of contraception. So
Yeah, and then as I've said, I've also been going through because I've been reading about this topic for a while. We have been planning
yeah,
this episode for a moment now. And one of the things also I feel like discourages people, and especially women, because that is what I've
mm,
seen on X. Actually, there's so much misinformation on X. Okay, maybe
yeah.
plus other platforms, but mostly on X. You'll see people saying,
Next,
"Oh, family planning is being introduced by this and these people. They want to do this and this to women." And they will go ahead and say, "Oh, we prefer those days when women didn't used to do our traditional days." And I'm like, fine, if you, I mean, I'm not saying everyone should go and get contraceptives. I mean, there's also side effects for that. I'm just
there's already a
saying,
gap. Look, there's already a gap, which
yes,
means that not enough women are going for it. If we have
exactly.
about 1.9 billion unwanted, unwanted pregnancies, it means
Unwanted
there's already a gap
pregnancies in 1.4 in 2023 alone. So which means by now it's
alone.
probably
So yeah, so there's already a gap. So we can't even say at everyone it's that accessible. There's
yeah.
already a gap. Yeah,
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. When now people start talking about, oh, we prefer the days when our grandmothers and our forefathers did not use this, they used to use this and they survived. And I'm like, that's like in the 80s. Times have
mm.
changed, first of all. Second of all,
You remember?
let yes, let the person have enough and clear information,
Yeah,
factual
yeah,
information about contraceptives, and then they can make a choice if they want to get it or not.
or not? Yeah. You remember how when someone spoke about when we have bad governance,
Mm,
we are like, oh, you people mnaribia Kenya Gina, and then when they want to compare, when it comes to other things like healthcare or whatever, they want to compare us to Singapore. When it comes to that times they want to compare us to big countries, but when it comes to the level of looting, there's no accountability on that end. I feel like it's same thing with women. Like when a woman is wanted kwa kwenda sherehe, she's supposed to be
mm,
all these things. She's supposed to be hyped. She's supposed to be, dressed a certain way, move with the times. But when it comes to fertility or other issues that will generally impact the health, they're not supposed to
yeah.
move with the times. So they're supposed to remain traditional. So they want a traditional woman, but it's also freaky, all these things. So it's
Mm.
udongo to ability what do I throw udongo to.
So as I had said before, we can have Lionel
Yeah,
give us an overview, and for us
yeah,
to understand like the type of pills.
yeah,
We hear all these different names. There's P2, emergency, whatever. There's just like so many things coming in every single day. What is the difference? Maybe as a person, if you want to get it, for example, you should be informed and know these are the options I have. These are the side effects. You know. So we want to do that here, and Lionel is going to take us
yes.
through it.
So we're going to start with the hormonal method. So hormonal methods are going to prevent are going to prevent pregnancy by either preventing ovulating or a thickening of cervical mucus, usually around there are hormones such as progesterone that are going to help in thickening the cervical mucus. So that is going to prevent the sperm from going upwards. And then we are going to have under the hormonal methods, we're going to have the birth control pills, which either contain estrogen, progestin, or progestin only. And then we're going to have implants. Implants are going to be small devices that are placed under the skin. We have injections that are delivered by injections. And then we have contraceptive patches that are hormones that are released through the skin. The next thing we're going to speak about
Yeah.
is IUDs, which are intrauterine devices. These are small devices, the copper T ones that are placed inside the uterus. Those ones can act both as a barrier, and then now there's a newer hormonal form of IUDs. And then we have barrier methods. So barrier methods are physical methods of preventing the sperm and the ova from meeting. So it's either going to be a sperm, it's going to be a diaphragm, but of late they're not very much used because uh, things like diaphragm are hard to place. Like, have you ever seen ile method ya nini, ile menstrual cup? So you have to insert. So that is going to, it's
Yeah.
tedious sort of and all those things. And then there are permanent long-term methods such as tubal ligation for women. There's vasectomy for men, which men should check up more. And then we have emergency contraception. So these can be used after unprotected sex to prevent pregnancy. That those ones that work within 24 hours, 72, sorry. So yeah, all of those are forms of contraception. If you have not used one before, check a pic. Like, there's a whole range of contraception. Back to you, Manny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, I feel like if you ever want to use, or if you feel you've gotten to a point where you want to be on contraceptives, then it's just a
Yeah,
good idea to consult your doctor. Just go, they will
please.
explain to you, and then they will also
Yeah,
recommend something that aligns with you, like your body, and just
yeah,
you, something that just, yeah, fit for you. Because not, I can't say everything applies to everyone. Some people, your
yeah,
doctor
yeah,
will always recommend what is best for you to use. And
yeah.
now that we've broken down the hormonals, the barriers, the pills, I think we can
Mm,
go now and start doing the side effects. No, let's first go to myth and misconceptions, and then we can now go
mhm.
to side effects. So
Yeah,
the first myth and misconception, especially if you're using
mm,
implants, pills, I think the first one normally I hear is you're going to gain weight. Lionel,
yeah.
is it true?
I think that there are those that come with the needs of losing, like, of gaining weight. I can't say the progesterone ones have been said to gain weight, but
Okay.
usually there's little scientific, like, in some cases there's that risk. I can't put it past. Mostly the hormonal ones have a risk of you
Mm,
gaining weight, because I mean, it's hormone. We are in a way, we're interfering with how the body does its things naturally, isn't it? So there's a risk
okay.
of weight gain, right? Because it can alter fat storage, and then maybe some of it might lead to water retention. So
Okay.
the hormonal ones might have those side effects. Do you understand? But usually, there's a classification. I remember it was the WHO. Ilikuja kwa exam yetu, which is, but like, there's a risk, whatever, whereby there's a classification from 1 to 4, where they classify hormones according to their risks on women, and hormones usually are at the top. They look at a woman, like, does she have other conditions, and what is the risk of this hormone to this other person? So that is usually factored in. By the time a hormone is
Mm,
released out there, a lot of these factors
mm,
have been, but I also don't want to downplay how different women's bodies react to different forms of contraception. So if I'm a doctor and a woman comes to me and says, "Oh, I'm gaining weight on this one," I will believe them, because
mm,
different bodies
okay.
react to things differently. Yeah, sorry for that.
So also did some research, and they said
Yeah.
you gain what is called, I think, water weight for a minute, because
Yes.
when you first introduce the implant into your body, that, yeah, as you say, that's sort of interfering with how the body now naturally operates. So
Yeah.
before you get used to it, it's possible that you're going to retain water, and then you will Now
Mm.
that translates to like you gaining weight. And then you also
Yeah.
have other side effects like spotting, headaches, breast tenderness, and such. I'm saying this for
Mm.
women, but they
Yeah.
also say that it changes and everything goes back to normal after you being on contraceptives for a while, maybe 3 months,
Mm.
you know. Yes.